Hi Cancer, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your March 2022 love reading. Thanks to those of you who liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. Appreciate all of that. And for those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's what I call the bridge and the gap spread. And the way it works is we'll get the past energies, present energies, future energies between you and your main love interest. Once we get through all that, we'll actually pull some oracle cards for some additional insight. That's where the bridge and the gap dynamic comes into play. And as far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, on the right side we have the Tarot of Sexual Magic. And also keep in mind it's a general reading, so I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left as your energy and the cards on the right as the other person's. If you feel like it's the other way around in your situation, then definitely trust that. Alright, so I'll fold out of the way, we'll get started. Past energy on your side. Two cards came up. We have Transformation, which is the equivalent of the Death card in traditional tarot, and we have Magic, which is the equivalent of the Magician. So two major arcana cards here. And what I do have to say is primarily what I feel like happened in the situation in the past is that you guys might have actually walked away from the connection, but with the intention that that would actually cause them to approach the connection with you differently. You know what I mean? So I don't think you had negative intentions behind it necessarily, but that's kind of what I feel was going on there. I feel like you might have walked away, but deep down knowing that you would reconnect with this person, but just hoping that through the process of you walking away, that would actually change the way that they interacted in the relationship. All right, and past energy on their side, we have the Emperor. So this is Aries energy here, and it could just be saying that they might have been pretty set on doing things their own way, so that could have been part of the issue, where you might have felt like, okay, they might have always wanted to do things how they wanted to do them, and they wouldn't necessarily take your input towards situations, so that could have been what was causing the issue between the two of you. But yeah, with that, primarily the way I see this is, especially if you look at their body language, they have their back turned to the card on your side, so to me, that's kind of saying that whatever it was, it looks like they weren't necessarily tuned in and open to cooperating. All right. Present position on your side, we have the Three of Swords. So this is Libra energy here, and it could just be saying that you guys were feeling disappointment around the way things went within the connection. So like I said, you might have walked away hoping that it would have one result toward the connection, but it may not have worked out the way that you were hoping. So that's primarily what I see with that. So you could just be looking back on it and possibly even a bit disappointed with the way you handled things, So maybe in the moment you thought that that was the best idea, but now you might even be looking back on it like, okay, was that the best way forward me to try to handle the situation, or was there a better way that I could have approached it? All right. Present energy on their side, we have the Four of Swords, which is Libra energy, and we have the Chariot, which is Cancer energy. So yeah, to me this says that in the present it does look like they are open to trying to heal the connection, and they may actually be the ones that will eventually come forward toward you. So, basically you guys both have Libra energy in the present, which of course is the natural ruler for relationships, but for you guys that's 4th house too, so it's possible some of you could have even been living with this person, or at least moving in that direction, so it's probably a bit more of a serious connection between the two of you. But yeah, with the Chariot, I feel like this is saying that they do have that openness to try to work on the situation, and they probably will be approaching you again sometime soon. All right, and future energy on your side, we have the King of Cups. So this is the core card for Scorpio, and 5 of Cups, also Scorpio energy. If we look at these two, it actually looks like it could be the same person too, so that's interesting. But also we see now his back is turned to the cards on this side, so it could just be saying that in the future you might have the feelings for this person, but again, I feel like you might just be withholding expressing those feelings. So interesting, she have Scorpio energy pop up quite a bit on your side. But yeah, with the 5 of Cups though, looks like there's still some disappointment there, right? So here we have the 3 of Arrows, or the 3 of Swords in traditional tarot, and here we see 3 cups knocked over as well. So yeah, for some of you, you could just still be dwelling on the disappointment around the situation, and the 2 cups standing there to me does show that there is the potential to get the connection back on solid footing, but for whatever reason you might not be too open to it just yet. So that's what I see with that. Or this is the future position, but when that hits, I feel like you won't necessarily be open to getting back into it just yet. All right, and future energy on their side, we have the Ten of Pentacles. So this is actually Virgo energy here, which for you guys is your third house communication. So I feel like this is saying that they will probably be communicating to you that they would like to grow the connection into something more stable, that they do see a lot of potential within the connection. Timeline wise, this could definitely just be saying that it will happen when we have the Virgo full moon, which will be toward the end of Pisces season. So just past the midpoint of March, I believe, is when we're going to have that full moon. So that could be when they might approach you to have that discussion. All right, and speaking of Virgo energy, bottom of the deck on your side, we have Contemplation. So this is the equivalent of the Hermit in traditional tarot, which is the major arcana card for Virgo. So yeah, could just be saying at the very least when that full moon energy hits, you might at the very least be thinking of this person. But again, we do still see the back turned to the cards on that side. So yeah, looks like there might not be much communication coming from your end this month. But it looks like you will at the very least be thinking of this person. And it could even just be saying that as we get closer to that Virgo full moon, you might be looking at the person in a more favorable light too, you know. So maybe in the present you're still not too happy with them and not too open to communicating, but as we progress through the month, you might be a bit more open to it. All right, and bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Six of Pentacles. So this is Taurus energy here, and that represents the desire to restore balance. You know, so obviously you guys could have gone through a bit of a rough stretch. The Six of Pentacles is the card that, of course, comes after the Five of Pentacles, and Five of Pentacles usually points to difficulties, feeling left out in the cold. So yeah, looks like this person will be more open to actually being proactive toward putting the connection back on track, but hopefully that resonates with you guys. All right, we'll see what the Oracle cards add to the mix. First, we'll see what we get for an Uncle Moonlight deck here. I did pre-shuffle this deck. What I'm going to be looking for is unspoken messages from them to you, or from you to them, rather, and then from them to you. And initially, I'll be looking for jumpers, but if nothing comes up after I shuffle for a while, I'll just put the deck down and we'll pull a card that way. So we'll see what we get. Like I said, first we're looking for unspoken messages from you to them. All right, and that doesn't want to go back in the deck. And next we'll see what we get from them to you. All right, and we got that one there that doesn't want to go back. Okay, so on your side, first we have Mistake. Oh, let's see if we can get it to focus. Maybe not. There we go. It says, I made the wrong turn, and honestly, the grass wasn't greener over there. So, yeah. Interesting, because seeing this now, I will say for some of you, when you did leave the connection, you might have actually tried to start something new with someone else right away. So for some of you, that could be what the Magician energy is about in the past. Saying that you might have left the connection, deep down knowing that you might have wanted to come back to this connection, but you might have actually started something with someone else and possibly went through some disappointment there. And that could be possibly why we even see that future energy, where some of you might be feeling a little bit guilty about that, right? If you feel like, okay, maybe this person didn't do anything over the top, you were just frustrated with the way that they were handling the situation at the time, you know, so you might have a little bit of regret around the way you handled the situation, but hopefully that resonates with some of you. And on their side, we have confusion. I don't know. So, I mean, not the most groundbreaking message, but I mean, I can see that going a few different ways too, right? Maybe that's why they were a bit stuck in their ways in the past, because maybe they weren't sure where they saw the direction of the relationship going. But I will say, as far as confusion goes, it looks like they'll be moving out of that, because we see that Four of Swords energy with the Chariot, and then that Ten of Pentacles. So it looks like for the majority of you, they'll be coming out of that energy, and they'll actually be the ones who are more likely to try to get the connection back on track. All right, and lastly, we'll pull a card from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck here. I pre-shuffled this deck as well. Here we're just looking for one card, though, of general advice to wrap up with. All right, got one there. So let's see what we got. Okay, you guys have poised. There's the artwork, and the number is 48. So let's see what we got there. Okay, it says being ready, bringing something to light, being at your best, confidence. The Oracle's message. You can be assured that you are ready for anything right now. You know what you need to, your skills are sharp, you've come to this place armed with wisdom and knowledge, and you sense a new phase of your life about to begin. People respond to your confidence and trust you. This is an auspicious time to begin new things. So interesting message there. Just reading that, I would say for this side, for sure, I don't feel like that energy is going to resonate until we get maybe to the future position. On this person's side, it seems like it would resonate a little bit more throughout, but hopefully it resonated. All right, the relationship message says when you're confident and happy in your own skin, you are ready for deeper, more intimate relationships. You have nothing to prove right now. You are completely yourself and can handle anything. Love, friendships, and harmonious new connections are all present now or are coming in. You're ready to give and receive from the heart. This is a beautiful place to be. So yeah, for the majority of you, again, I feel like that's a message that it doesn't look like either side would be in that energy right now. But as we progress, this side seems like it would get there a little bit quicker than the energy on this side. But like I said, especially given the contemplation energy there, well, like I said, it makes me think of even though the back is turned, there's like the favorable feelings toward the person there, and the same theme basically with the King of Cups, which is like they have the feelings, but they're not maybe open to expressing them just yet. So yeah, it looks like one of those things that will improve with time. Hopefully that resonates for you guys. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.